Most cases in the county courthouse moved fast. Defendants came in, lawyers spoke their lines, judges ruled, and lives quietly changed forever. But one case sat untouched for almost 3 years. Not because it was complicated. Not because it lacked evidence. But because no one wanted it. The file belonged to Marcus Hill, a 26-year-old warehouse worker charged with felony obstruction and resisting arrest. According to police reports, Marcus had interfered during an arrest and caused an officer to get injured. On paper, the case looked simple. Too simple. Every private attorney Marcus contacted said the same thing. You're fighting the system. You won't win. When Marcus finally stood in front of the judge for his last pretrial hearing, the courtroom was quiet. His hands shook as he spoke. I can't afford a lawyer, he said. I just want someone to listen. That's when the judge turned to the public defender's table. Ms. Carter, he said, will your office take this case? Several attorneys looked down at their desks. Then Emily Carter raised her hand. I'll take it, she said. A case everyone avoided. Emily Carter had been a public defender for 8 years. She didn't drive a fancy car. She didn't make headlines. Her office was stacked with files taller than the window beside her desk. When her colleagues heard she had taken Marcus's case, they were stunned. You know this one's radioactive, another defender warned. The police union is watching. Emily nodded. She already knew. But something about the file bothered her. Not what it said, but what it didn't say. No body cam footage listed. No civilian witness statements included. No medical report explaining the officer's injury. Just one line repeated again and again. Suspect interfered with lawful arrest. Emily met Marcus the next morning in a small interview room. I didn't touch anyone, Marcus said quietly. I asked why they were arresting my cousin. That's it. Emily didn't promise him a win. She promised him effort. The missing evidence. During discovery, the prosecution handed over everything they claimed to have. It wasn't much. Emily filed a motion demanding body camera footage. The prosecutor smirked. The cameras weren't activated, he said. Officer discretion. Emily frowned. Then she noticed something buried in dispatch logs. A line timestamped 3 minutes before the arrest. Supervisor requested scene camera review. Scene camera. Emily subpoenaed city traffic footage near the arrest location. At first, the city claimed the footage had been overridden. Emily didn't back down. She filed another motion, this time demanding internal police policy documents. That's when the courtroom atmosphere changed. The courtroom pushback. The judge called Emily into chambers. Ms. Carter, he said carefully. You're pushing into dangerous territory. Emily met his eyes. With respect, Your Honor, my client deserves a fair defense. The prosecutor objected repeatedly. Police representatives filled the courtroom benches. Still, the judge allowed limited review. And that's when Emily found it. A fixed city camera across the street. Low resolution. No sound. But clear enough. The footage showed Marcus standing several feet away, hands visible, while officers took down his cousin. When one officer tripped backward, the camera showed clearly. Marcus never touched him. The officer fell on his own. Emily felt her chest tighten. This wasn't just about Marcus anymore. The trial no one expected. On the first day of trial, the courtroom was full. Police officers sat shoulder to shoulder. Reporters filled the back rows. Emily stood alone at the defense table. The prosecutor presented confident testimony. Then Emily played the video. The room went silent. The officer on the stand froze. That's not the full angle, he said. Emily nodded. You're right, she replied calmly. So let's talk about what is visible. She walked the jury through the footage frame by frame. Distance. Body position. Timing. Then she did something unexpected. She presented department policy, a rule stating that officers must activate body cameras during all public arrests unless physically unable. The officer admitted his camera had been functional. He simply chose not to turn it on. The verdict that shocked the room. After 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned. Not guilty, the foreperson said. Marcus covered his face and cried. But Emily didn't celebrate. Because the judge wasn't done speaking. This court has serious concerns, he said, regarding evidence handling and discretionary camera use. Within weeks, the judge ordered a formal review of police body camera enforcement. Within months, the city council requested testimony. Emily was called to speak. Not as a lawyer, but as a witness to a broken process. The change that followed. 1 year later, the city passed a new ordinance. Mandatory body camera activation. Automatic evidence review in obstruction cases. Independent footage preservation. Other cities followed. Marcus got his record cleared. Emily stayed a public defender. Same desk. Same workload. But one thing changed. No case sat untouched anymore. Because everyone remembered what happened when one lawyer refused to look away.